Welcome to a beautiful, with one exception, it is brutally cold. Neighborhood of Soho right now. We're going to venture over to Canal Street. It is an interesting place to visit also in January because usually Canal Street is super hectic, but January tends to be a little bit. It's in Canal that has transpired here in Dominic Ansel Bakery, which is the home of the famous Cronut. They have made a cronut that I would have never imagined. Dominic Ansel Bakery has made a flan cronut, and I have one with me right now. Yep, you heard that right. The best of three worlds, because the cronut was already the best of New York with the donut combined with the best the croissant. But now we have the best of the Latin American world, including my own home country of Puerto Rico, with the flan. All in one. Dominic Ansel Bakery is always packed to the brim. There's very poor cell phone reception inside, so I can't really ever do a live stream. Kind of sucks. Hopefully they improve it one day, because it is a nice place to look at inside. Let's go to try a flan. So interesting. So sometimes has seating in the backyard, but right now they're fixing their backyard, so there's no seating on this side. But if you walk around right over here, there's a lot of which is very nice. Hey 21 awesome. It's sun is shining today. It is indeed, and this is usually full, but it's so cold. I don't think anyone is really cold today. Too cold today. So let's investigate the Cronuts delicate business. Service.
What's going on? Well, wait, what's the
I'm making full service here. Weird. I'm not sure why I'm getting terrible service here. Usually I always get great service. Phyllis asked, aren't I cold? I am indeed. So let me correctly. I've live streamed here so many times, never have run into cell phone reception issues. Well, let me know if you're able to see me, okay? 19 days left, says Matt. Yes, you'll see me. You'll see me at some point in UK. So here's the cronut from Dominic Ansel Bakery. Dominic Ansel Bakery says, please eat within 6 to 8 hours of purchase. Don't refrigerate or heat and store in a cool place that's also dry. If cut, use a serrated knife. It's at 189 Spring Street, DominicAnsel.com. So the Flan cronut. I love the box. Yeah, people say cool box. Says Gigi. I agree. Cool box. Here's the Flan cronut. It has an orange ganache, but the flan part is inside. I am curious how flan it really is inside. So let's try this out. A flan cronut. I would cut it in half to show you a cross section, but that is very dangerous stuff when it comes to these cronuts. Uh-oh. Now we have a huge truck here. Can a man just get peace and quiet here in the city? Can a man get a peace and quiet in the middle of the gigantic, huge city of New York and not inhale the gas fumes? You gotta go early for a cronut. So the line was fairly big inside Dominic and Cell, but luckily cronuts are not selling out anymore, and it is January, so there's not that many tourists. So luckily, the line wasn't too long, and the cronuts were still on sale as of noon. So right over here. So it looks a little bit flan. It looks a little bit like flan. There's a little bit of a kind of texture. All right, everyone. I'm very distracted. There's this truck is emitting so much exhaust, and I'm breathing it all in. Oh, pardon me. I unfortunately gotta move. This kind of sucks. And it ain't moving. And it's so much exhaust that it has. Oh my god. So I'm gonna move. Dr. Dredd says, wow, the picture is so clear. It is indeed. Wrong place, wrong time, unfortunately. We'll see if the other tables are a little bit more empty. That truck shouldn't be legal. No, in Europe you would not see those trucks. It is to pump oil into the heating systems. Wendy says I should just move to the next borough. That might be a good idea. All right, perfect. Hello, Daryl. Nice to see you here. Hello, Matt. Welcome. All right, back to cronut eating before we continue walking around. So it has a kind of a flan creaminess inside. It looks like egg yolk, but it's not egg yolk. So it might be that flan caramel custard, caramel sauce that it has. If you don't know what flan is a custard that is kind of solidified into cake and then covered in caramel, in liquid caramel. It's really good. It is very typical in all around Latin America. It is very famous also in Puerto Rico and Spain. There's a few other parts of the world where also flan is consumed, Philippines as well. So let's try this out. Cronuts are always amazing. But I wish they didn't go for orange ganache. On the top, it's orange, and it's too overpowering I can't even taste the flan elements to it. This orange reminds me of the Flintstone vitamins. If you grew up in the 1990s, maybe little kids today also consume them, but it tastes like the orange one from the Flintstone vitamins. I do not like this orange. It would be great if it was combined with something else. I'm gonna remove the orange top and I'll try it out without the orange. It is a good orange, but I wish it would be combined with maybe something else. I've never been so much of a fan of oranges used in pastries unless if it's just a little bit of zest, like you do with a cannoli. All right, let's try it out without the orange. The cronut, now there's a traffic jam here because of the huge truck not letting anyone pass, so they're all stuck. The cronut is cooked impeccably well. It's amazing. Problem is it has too much orange in it. I wish it didn't. I wish they would have gone for something that makes a little bit more sense, like coconut. Would made a little bit more sense, or something that's already typically used in flan. A cherry even would be better. Not the best flavor, I think. This could have been great. This could have been great. This could have been the moment for Dominic Ansel to shine within the Latin American community, but he failed. It's not his fault. I mean, he did his best. He did his best, but wasn't close. It's a bit too orangey for a flan flavor. But this can't let it go to waste, so I'm gonna remove the rest of this
You're out on the water.
and just eat it without the topping, with a little bit less orangeness here, just a little bit less. The ambiance of New York. This is why eating in New York is wonderful. It is extremely cold, and you have the soothing sounds of honking. It's just a gorgeous atmosphere to be in. Hello, Aya, nice to see you here. It's cold and I admire your perseverance. Oh yeah, but I do admire how they managed to combine the textures of the flan with the croissant donut. So they end up getting a little bit of that kind of custardiness from the flan, which is an admirable effort. Now I'm very curious about the flan donut from a Filipino bakery in Woodside. Maybe I'll come back. Okay. Now that I don't have any orange on here, this is really good. Really well done. They maintained the quality ever since. They will ticket the car for blowing its horn. Yeah, now there's a gigantic traffic jam here because of the truck. It's just parked there. Someone asked that I get coffee. Not yet. Not yet. And now I'm being surrounded by sparrows. You put too much orange in here. Too much orange. I still taste the orange. Oh my God, it's New York. It's busy and noisy, says Vinci's. Yes, it is. It's alright. I wish you would use coconut. Maybe try next month's flavor. I'm a bit disappointed. Not the best cronut flavor. There's been much better ones before. Every month they have a new flavor, which is awesome. They always keep it fresh. They haven't repeated flavor since. But maybe the Filipino bakery called From Cora has a better flan donut than this one. Let's continue walking around. A spotman says flan should be in the pastry. I don't know. I appreciate the effort of the flan being in the pastry. I think experimentation is good. They need to make an Urbanist cronut. Definitely not with orange. I cannot get on board with orange flavoring. So here, there's now a huge traffic jam in the middle of a smaller street, which is this should be Sullivan, I think. It's because this truck is pumping gas into this establishment, and it has not allowed any way that people can move. So everyone's screwed who decides to turn on the street. Nick says you're so close to Little Italy. Yeah, we're walking in that general direction. We'll be passing by Little Italy. Here's the graveyard of cronut boxes. It's so disheartening to throw away such a beautiful bag in the box so soon. I wish I didn't need to do that. I wish it would be more normal to go back to an establishment and give them back the bag. But people really don't accept a bag that they just gave to you back. They look at you weird. Maybe even call the police. Hey Athena, hello Wendy, hello Susie, Nick. Let me know if you're watching for the first time. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist. I realize I don't introduce myself often enough anymore, because I just assume everyone knows who I am. If you're watching, if you're watching for the first time, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? No, you might not know who I am. So, I'm Ariel, and I explore cities around the world on live video. Sometimes I do historical tours. Sometimes I do casual walks where I do bump into history. And sometimes I do walks like today, where it's really just kind of just admiring daily life. And I've been doing this for 5+ years. There's a new coffee shop that opened here. So 787 opened up here. Oh, that's awesome. 787 Puerto Rican coffee. Beautiful shop that they have here now. I tried them many times, so I'm not gonna give them a try now. But that's a gorgeous shop. I love how it's so well decorated. Beautiful, beautiful. Wendy says, let's get you a cold brew to warm you up. I might need that cold brew. This is a beautiful shop. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. I'm so glad that 787 has expanded quickly. It's now a new chain here in New York City. The only real Puerto Rican coffee shop you can really find outside of Puerto Rico, because there's a host of different laws that make it difficult for Puerto Rico to bring their coffee over here to the US. Husky says that's Puerto Rico's area code. It is indeed, yeah. 787, that's the reason why it's called that way. It's because it's the area code of Puerto Rico. And hello Ron, hello Laureen, hello Spotman. If you're watching for the first time, let us know. Hello Lucas. Paul says, oh no, another chain. No, the good thing about New York is that there is local chains. So they're not massive corporate conglomerates that no longer really has business in coffee. So this is a perspective for all of you. Starbucks now is making more money by acting as a bank than they are by selling coffee. Same thing with, similar with McDonald's. They make more money acting as a real estate company than they really do making burgers. If you want to learn more about that, there's plenty of amazing video essays on YouTube that talk about Starbucks's banking scheme. But basically little Starbucks cards that people gift and keep and buy and use, and the apps, you're basically filling that money up, and Starbucks ends up using that money because basically you're loaning it to Starbucks until you buy up all the coffees you wanted to buy. Most people don't even finish up all those points, all those gift cards, and hence Starbucks has a lot of money that's being loaned to them by their customers that they're using it for investments, a wide variety of investments. So Starbucks is now acting like a bank, which is not out of the ordinary. This has happened in history, and we're going to learn about that when we go to London, where a few major coffee shops, one particular, became one of the largest banks in the world, Lloyd & Sons. We'll learn about that soon, but yeah. That's the difference between corporate companies and local chains. Local chains still care about the food and the drink that they give to you. When a chain gets too big and too corporatized, it's no longer really about the food or the drink. It's more about something else. There's a lot of great places here, right in front. Here at the border of Soho, Tribeca, and then we're gonna pass by Little Italy and Chinatown. Here's Pie Bakery, great bakery for Greek pastries. Dr. Tachi says, I'm sorry, in my opinion, Starbucks is not delicious in my opinion. Yeah, Starbucks is, I do like it, but if you're in New York, there's better coffee shops. Paul says Starbucks hasn't paid any taxes in the UK for many years. Apparently there's not any profits. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to avoid taxes in most countries around the world. Don't make profits. Laureen says, Ariel, you look good with the beanie. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you like my beanied look, Laureen. Thomas says, if Starbucks is a bank, what is Ariel then? Ooh. You know, the cool thing about entertainment is that most of the time, entertainment stays in the entertainment business. Even the most gigantic companies, Disney, for example, still makes the most of its money from entertainment. That's a good thing about Hollywood or TV or vlogging. Stays in the business. Dwayne says I quit drinking coffee in 1998. Whoa, that's so early. Ooh, so cold. What is this? Crispy Heaven Bakery. What is this? Yeah. Ooh, this is interesting. Hi, I'll have one of these, the donuts right over here, and a Americano, please, with very little water.
Very little water?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Sure, we bring you everything.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
The donut, would you like plain?
Plain? What is there one that's stuffed?
Chocolate.
Okay, I'll try with chocolate mousse. Yes, that'll be perfect.
So we have one bombolone with chocolate, and we will do one
Just
Americano with chocolate.
Yes.
Any milk? Right?
No, blood.
Absolutely. There will be 950 please.
Awesome.
If you can bring your car and sit down, we bring you everything, and we will take your basket.
Where's the company from?
The company is from here. We just opened in March.
Oh, in March. Oh, that's really cool. Okay.
We are pretty new.
Pretty new. Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. We'll make you happy.
Okay, awesome. All right. So right now we are at a new bakery, Crispy Heaven Bakery, which I have not tried, but it opened up only since March, which is kind of crazy. It's already a year, almost a year, and I didn't even see this bakery before. JD says hard not to jam out this song. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. But it's nice to see new businesses always pop up here in New York City. That's the great thing is about the cities, particularly, even more so than some other cities, there's always new businesses cropping up. And while it's hard for businesses to stay alive sometimes for decades, like it is in European cities, say Italy or like Rome, or in Paris, at least there's always new, interesting, innovative places popping up. Angie, you say it's a wondrous day. Ava says, I love the music, was okay. No, well, the videos get demonetized, unfortunately, because of the copyright, but that's okay. That's why we have patrons. Right here, patreon.com/urbanist, paypal.me/Ariel if you want to leave a contribution. And there we are able to continue live streaming even with a lot of copyright music. Rebel says, cool glasses. Thank you so much, Rebel. And Inspire Life says, another fab live stream today. Yeah, I'm glad you think so. I'm excited to try a bombolino with stuff with fresh chocolate ganache. That's interesting. Did I notice the tin ceiling? So yes, there's a great observation. Those tin ceilings are indeed historic, and actually this might be a new building, so they would be recreating. So this is recreating, but sometimes they're historic. Hey, how's it going? I already did, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, good. The short one.
Cool, thank you.
Was there anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you might need a little pause for the water.
Yeah, that'd be great. Ava, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. That's so kind of you. Well, here you are, a little something. Thank you so much, Ava. I appreciate that. And CP, thank you so much for tuning into the live video. Says, I dream of visiting New York City from the Philippines. I've been having so many Filipino viewers, so it's like great to hear. Thank you so much.
That's helpful.
I've had so many Filipino viewers, so thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so glad so many Filipinos are tuning in. I guess New York City is very popular over there. Are you buying new clothes to take with you to the UK? Not with me to the UK, maybe in the UK, especially in Scotland. It's known for its knitwear, so I might buy knitwear over there. And Inspire Life says, New York City's on my radar this spring. Awesome, Inspire Life. Luckily you're close. All right, let's try this out. This looks good. So right here we have a bombolino, which is a Italian style donut. I actually did not have any of these in Italy, which is a shame, but they are popular also here. You'll find them in many places here in New York City. And look at this cup. Oh, I love this. This is cool. Look at the beautiful coffee. Nice Americano. So Wendy, the offering was chocolate ganache. Aaron jumpers are a thing in Scotland. Yes, they are. Yeah, at the Shetland jumper. Yeah, as well. This is dangerous with wearing black. Let's try this out. Wow. Super soft, super fluffy. About twice more fluffier than the normal New York City donut. a nice serving of chocolate. There's a little bit of spot of chocolate inside. I like that the dough's fried, so it's a proper donut in that context. Lots of crystallized sugar, which if you grew up in Puerto Rico, for example, you probably grew up with a donut similar to this, filled with crystallized sugar. This was my favorite type of donut when I was little, crystallized sugar. So that is really good. Dr. Tashi, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Oh, that's so kind of you. As usual, loving the tour. Buy yourself a coffee and enjoy. I did. Thank you so much, Dr. Tachi. So Dr. Tachi and Ava are sponsoring this coffee and donut stop before we continue on to Canal Street. So I kind of like this, yeah. It is very nice and fluffy. Let's have a few more bites and then maybe dip it into the coffee. So good. That is amazing. I think one of the best joys of life is having pastries in a very cold January day. I mean, one of the best things of life is having pastries all the time, which I do. But in January, it's extra special. On a super cold day, it's extra special. All right, let's try the coffee on its own, and then I'm gonna do some dipping. Smells interesting. This coffee smells... Wow, that's so interesting. Like really classic American, not like modern New York coffee. Dare I say it has office coffee notes, but in a good way. Actually, if you ever worked in the U.S., usually coffee is served basically in every office in the U.S. And there's a particular taste, in my opinion, from coffee served in the office. This smells like a gourmet version of that. Wow, so interesting. Very classic flavor, kind of like Folgers, but like in a good way. It's hard to describe. Wow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is 100% classic office coffee, but done really well. It has it's pretty acidic, pretty punchy. Husky, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Husky, that's so kind of you to do. $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Husky. Everyone give a round of hearts of Husky for the $20 super chat. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much for sponsoring this coffee and donut stop. Esfiel says, I agree. The place looks quality and the service is cool. Yeah, it's nice that they bring the food to you. It's very European style. Ireland, that was very typical. You go to a coffee shop, you order at the front, and then they bring you stuff to your table. Not common in New York. Not common. And they seem to have very good fresh pizza and fresh sandwiches. Please enable auto-generated subtitles. Auto-generated subtitles, I'm not sure if it's possible to do it via YouTube while it's live. Do let me know, but go on Facebook. Facebook has that feature. After the video is posted on YouTube, then they add subtitles automatically, which is awesome. But if you want to see subtitles live, Facebook is your best bet. They're not going to be super accurate, but try to speak as clearly as possible so the subtitles will be pretty clear. So go to facebook.com/urbanistlive. So if anyone can write that down, because we have a few YouTubers that might be hard of hearing, so someone can write it down. Say live captioning is on facebook.com/urbanistlive. All right, now let's dip. I think this is the most important part. Let's dip this. Not the best for dipping. It's too soft. It's too soft and fluffy to dip properly. Too soft and fluffy. A New York donut is a bit better for dipping because it has a little bit more of a. It's a bit more thicker, a little bit less fluffier, so it can hold the coffee a little bit better. But this can't hold it well. It gets too soggy very quickly, so not the best for dipping. Hey Vish says long time viewer, first time chatter. Vish, thank you so much for commenting for the first time. I appreciate you, Vish. Thank you. Susie says, sorry, I just got back. Is this a jam donut? No, it's just a donut with some chocolate ganache. No worries. Ella says, I'm from exotic New Jersey. I just found you, and I love it. I'm glad you do. I used to dip Oreos in coffee when I was a little girl. I think that is a good combination as well. Canadians don't like this moist. Is this moist? No, not moist. It's soft and fluffy, but not moist. So it's not like a banana bread could be sometimes moist. Not like that. Do you eat spicy foods, Neil? Very rarely. I found you on TikTok quite a while. I'm so glad, Vish. Glad you enjoy my TikToks as well. Oh, I'm really gonna enjoy this coffee. Feel free to ask me anything as I'm finishing this coffee. Wendy says moist. Say it again. Well, it's not so moist. It's more fluffy. Yeah, not moist at all. Have you disclosed the name of the place? Yes it is. Crispy Heaven Bakery. Apparently we're in heaven. Thomas says this is a Berliner. Yep, basically a Berliner. I think in Italy they call this a Berliner, right? Yeah. I know somewhere they call this a Berliner. Just Kate says, when are you moving to New York? I mean to UK. I'm not moving there, but I will be traveling extensively. February 11th is the first day. February 10th is the first day. Oh, it's so delicious. That's it, it's done. But the plate has a message for me.
Thank you, ladies. Make a job for us. Faster. Are you alright? Yes. Thank you. Are you not cold? I can switch this on. Just let me know.
Make your own magic.
Yes. Right. It's not a bit broken. Somebody tried to play in here. And your handbag, do you mind? I put it here. So you have everything on that spot. Okay? Thank you.
Nicole says in Austria it's called Krapfen. Pardon my Austrian pronunciation. Krapfen. It's called Krapfen. And in Berlin it's called Berliner. Yeah, and in Germany it's called Berliner. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so donuts are fairly popular in that area of the world. Are you going to check the border restrictions traveling to the UK? Yes, I already did. You don't need a test to go beforehand. You just need a test within 2 days that you're there, and you do have to book it before you arrive via airplane. But luckily, if there's a chance where there's a false positive, you can take a secondary test. If that secondary test also fails, then I'm stuck for 6 days in quarantine. Yeah. So wish me luck. This warms me up. Excited to explore some Canal streets. I would take this mug to go, says Gigi. I think I would too if I could. Yeah. It's kind of cool. I love it. And calling a Berliner a donut is blasphemy, says Hounds. Is it? is it? Janice says another 200 stars. Thank you so much, Janice. Excuse me. In Berlin, we call them... Oh, no. I won't say that, Meadow. That sounds like a bad word. I heard Ireland did remove the restrictions today. They did indeed, Matt. And do you need a booster to go? No, they nowhere have checked. Just in general, don't really check for boosters. No. Like the Italians. That was great. I love this. Another. That was really good coffee. Really good coffee. Really classic tasting. Different from your typical coffee chain here in New York City. Because most coffee chains in New York City tend to be brighter, tend to be lighter. But this one had kind of a punch to it. A little bit of a acidic quality. So it tasted like classic American coffee. Not quite Italian, but classic American. And a little bit of water. That was delicious. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Okay, that was great. Crispy Heaven Bakery. Wow, that was great. They had such great service in there. I wish I would have showed this moment. There was a family sitting right in front of me. Seems like a mother, her aunt, the sister, or the aunt to the little girl. So they were very bundled up and they seemed a little bit cold. And one of the women behind the counter came up with a heater, with a space heater. It's already pretty warm inside, but she had another space heater and she put it down right in front of the family and asked if they wanted it. And now they're extra warm. That was so kind. That is something you rarely encounter, that type of out of the way service here in New York City. So that's very kind of them. Very good atmosphere. Highly recommend Crispy Heaven Bakery. It does feel like a little piece of heaven in New York City. And that might be an actual historic tin ceiling, because if we building definitely looks like it might be a little bit older. And now let's continue on to Canal Street. Camilla says you gotta go back there. There's nice blondes too. Camilla, are you referring to a pastry? I hope you're referring to the pastry. Do you like the music? Oh, it's nice music. I just am always a little bit bummed when there's music playing in when I do live videos, like right now. This is a popular pop song, so let me mute. All right. There was reggaeton being played. So I'm always a little bit bummed when I go. So yeah, I had to mute for a little bit. I'm always a little bit bummed when I go into a restaurant or cafe and there's music playing, because one of the ways I make an income is via YouTube ads. And YouTube ads, and also Facebook ads now, because Facebook also has ads on live videos as of recently, which is awesome. And that's how I keep making income from these live videos in many months for many years in the future. But unfortunately, the moment there's music, I get demonetized. And there might be ads that play whenever you see an old live video where I did go into a cafe with popular music. Those ads, I'm not the one making the money, it's the music company. And I don't mind giving a share to the music company, I just wish they didn't take the entire pot. And they do. So sometimes I have to just turn off ads overall and hope sometimes you get 0 ads and no one's making money. So that's always a little bit of a shame, but I continue doing live streams anyway, because I can easily do vlogs. I mean, I'll do vlogs in the future, I think, but I like live streams because of that real element in real time. So it is part of the game, and that's why I say if you enjoy these live streams, that's why I have sponsorships that sponsor these live videos when I did get demonetized in the case of doing live streams where I'm going a little bit more into cafes and restaurants, or walking around, especially in very popular areas where there's sometimes loud music. Thank you to all the patrons out there, the Super Urbanists. So round of hearts to the Super Urbanists. All right, let's continue walking around. Do we need to watch the entire ad for you to get paid? The more you watch the ad in most videos, yes, I will get paid a little bit more. I think, yeah. I think the longer you watch, the more I get paid. So if you do skip the ad in the beginning, I'm getting a little bit less money or no money at all. So don't skip the ad in the beginning if you can. I mean, live your own life, but yeah, playing the ads, I will get some income if the live stream didn't have any popular music. Luckily, most live streams don't. So most of my old live streams don't have any music. It's just mostly when I cover cafes, restaurants, or popular events. What neighborhood are we in? We're gonna straddle between neighborhoods. So right now Adam, great question. We were in the neighborhood of Soho. This is the neighborhood Tribeca, right over here. This is Beyonce's territory. But we're gonna walk along Canal Street, see what's up at Canal. And we're gonna straddle between Soho, Little Italy, Tribeca, and Chinatown. Black Burger, is that new, says Susie? No, that has been around for at least 7 years, I think, give or take. Yeah, this has been around for a while. I've never tried it. It doesn't have the best reviews. Though I do recommend Pokeball. Pokeball always has great Pokeballs. They're a chain here in New York City. Gigi says, let's visit Beyonce. I'm a little bit afraid, Gigi, to be honest, to visit Beyonce. The woman is fierce. And I'm afraid that her fierceness will obliterate me. She said, hey, come over. And she sounds very nice. She does sound very nice when she's asked me to come over to do a live stream with her hubby, Jay-Z. I don't mind hanging out with Jay-Z. I'm just afraid of Beyonce. I'm very, very afraid. So here is Everyman Espresso, another great coffee shop here in this border of Soho and Tribeca. Teresa says it's very cold in Florida. Really? Well, not as cold as here, I bet. Joseph says, okay, bye for now. You have to supply a wind fan for Beyonce, says Susie. Yeah, it sounds like that might be a requisite when visiting Beyonce. Hey! Gresgor is Gresgor. Pardon the mispronunciation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Gresgor. Beyonce lives in Houston. Beyonce, as far as I know, still has an apartment in Tribeca. What is this? Drake's studio. Ooh, nice cardigan. Oh, I like that scarf. Drake. Who's purchased from Drake's? Let me know. Oh, turtleneck. Does Beyonce have a brother? No, but she does have I'm not sure, but she does have a sister, Solange. Here is Matcha Full. Great matcha drinks. In my opinion, the best in New York. Best matcha drinks you can get in New York City. Matcha is powderized green tea. Powderized green tea, and it's really good. Hey, Giovannis. We got a lot of new people tuning in. Hello, Crazy Auto. It's hoodie weather lately in Florida. Oh, it's cold. Is the UK going to be cold when you go, says Lorraine. UK rarely gets as cold as it does in New York. I think it's rare that UK goes below freezing. Here's another clothing shop. Lots of clothing shops now opening up here. Actually, I want to visit them afterwards. It's a bit awkward to go on live video. Here you can both wear a cardigan and have someone play chess on you. It's a win-win situation. Wendy says it's going to be freezing. Oh no, that's not good news. The cast iron buildings of Soho. Sandra says it's going to be cold, especially in Newcastle. Oh no. Some interesting shops in this area. There is some interesting shops in this area. Oh yeah. So pro tip, if you're like shopping, go out of the main avenues. So in this case here in Soho, it's Broadway. Go out of Soho, get out of Broadway, go a little bit further or out into the neighborhood, and you'll find some interesting clothing shops. It's the case in most cities around the world. And I love this view right over here. Let's check out these student beds. Wendy says plenty of layers when I go to UK. So what do I need? Let me know, UKers, the Brits. Will I need my jumpers? Will I need my turtleneck? Would I even need my hoodie? Phyllis says, I told you about this post office. What about the post office, Phyllis? Beautiful post office. Art Deco post office. First time I really noticed this post office. Oh, we are at a post office. What? This is a golden opportunity. Ooh. Oh, Bob is coming. You heard that we might be trying an egg custard in Chinatown. So Bob is bringing all of his friends. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a golden opportunity here at the post office. Why? Susie says yes, a turtleneck is required. There's a golden opportunity here because there's a special exclusive group of urbanists who meet out in the wildernesses of the US and have a gigantic owl in which we all pray to. And they also receive postcards on a monthly basis. So those mega urbanists receive postcards. I usually don't have the opportunity to send them on live video here in New York because there's no more mailboxes in New York. I barely see them all like strolling around. Some other cities have more mailboxes. I remember in Italy it was so easy to just find one. So now there's a mailbox and I have postcards in my bag. So let me know if I should I send them over to the mega urbanists before we all go to our retreat in the middle of the American wilderness, where we praise effigy of Bob the Pigeon. Let me know. Should I? I gotta put on my mask. I'll show you the inside of the post office. I won't use this mailbox that's outside here. Let's go inside. Susie says, yeah, that's right. I was fascinated by the teeny mailboxes in Italy. Yeah, they were everywhere in Italy. Bear with me, I gotta put on my mask. Ashley says, wait, show me a cronut. I'll do my best, Ashley.
She misses you. You gotta comb her a little bit.
MJ says, Ariel looks like a detective. I do? Well, you're in luck because we're gonna solve a crime today. Lick a stamp and send it. Oh, Visha, it's not that type of channel. Can't get that graphic here on Urbanist. Kids are watching.
Oh, thank you.
No worries. So here, ooh, cool, Art Deco. Wow. Cool artwork. Oh, wow, I can't believe I never walked into this post office. That was cool. I can't believe I never walked into this post office before. Oh. I love the Art Deco elements for the booths. It's funny how post offices used to have so many booths. I got the package. Do you got the goods? You got the money? I got the package. But you gotta bring the money. Do you? Don't be wasting my time. All right. Mega Urbanist, if you want to become part of the Mega Urbanist Club, it's $20 or more. You end up getting a postcard every single month, wherever I am. New York, Brooklyn, New Jersey, London, England, Scotland. You'll be getting postcards at least twice from the UK, from Britain. So you can become a Mega Urbanist and receive a postcard. And you can stay for as long as you want. If it's a month, all right, you'll get a postcard for a month. If you stay for longer, you get a postcard as long as you're a Mega Urbanist. So feel free to become a Mega Urbanist. I'll show you the postcards I got for this month. I won't show you the other side because there's personal information there, but I'll show you the front. Guggenheim. Someone ended up getting a special card. I've been in New York for quite a while, so there will be some repeats. If a Mega Urbanist ever gets a repeat postcard, please do let me know if that ever happens. I try my best not to give you a repeat postcard, but if that ever happens, do let me know. Oh, some lucky Mega Urbanist is gonna get this one. This is one of my prized postcards. I got this years ago, and I ended up finding it, and I'm so excited to give it to a lucky Mega Urbanist. I'm sad to part away from this because I couldn't find another one. So, lucky Mega Urbanist, do treasure this one. Treasure any of them, but that one is a hard one to find. I like this one. Some people like the historic ones. I like this one. The Guggenheim, there's a kid skateboarding away. The Strand, I love the Strand. Strand has some amazing postcards. Another Lower East Side one. And there we go. I have more postcards to send. This is the first batch for January. Here is what I write. Oh my, well, sorry. That was the other direction. So many choices. How do I become a Mega Urbanist? Either on YouTube, press the join button and do $20 or more. Choose the Mega Urbanist option, which is $20 a month. Or on Patreon. Patreon is the best way because I get most of your contribution. Go to patreon.com/urbanist and there I'll get it as well. So many options here. Which one does it go into? Letters with stamps? I guess it's this one. Yeah, I guess so. And they're off. Goodbye. Here's a map. We're here at Canal Street. We're gonna go across Canal. And look at this Art Deco. Wow, that's gorgeous. Owl says, I worked at the post office for 33 years. Thankful for my retirement. Thank you for your service, Owl. I don't think postal workers get enough credit. Yeah, beautiful artwork. Oh, look at this one. It's by Stephen Flanagan. Going downtown, 1987. So Laureen says, I absolutely love and appreciate how you handwrite a personal message on each one. It makes it extra special. My pleasure, Laureen. My pleasure. We'll be getting Valentine's Day cards, says Gary. Gary's also my urbanist. No. It'll be a Valentine's card. Beautiful. Susie says, Ariel, we might get one from Edinburgh. Yeah, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Okay, that was amazing. Wow. Here are the hours, if anyone wants to know. Monday to Friday until 7 p.m. and today it's closed at 4. Sundays it's closed. Here's full service, only really until 4:30, 5:30 most days. And you can even get your passport here. All right, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was great. Amazing amount of P.O. boxes, says Owl. Yeah. Phyllis, thank you so much for recommending this post office. Phyllis tunes in on Facebook. Thank you so much. That was a great recommendation. Love going to the post office. How often do you stop at the post office, Adam? Before I started Mega Urbanists, like I haven't been in the post office or sent mail in years, in decades. No, my glove. Don't go. I haven't sent a postcard in decades before Mega Urbanists. But then I started Mega Urbanists. And then I started going to the post office now all the time. I go probably 1 to 2 times a month because of buying stamps and then sending the actual cards. BBH says, this live is making me feel better. I'm so glad, BBH. That's good to hear. Carlos says, are you having the flan cronuts? I already did. So you got, after this live stream is done, watch the first 16 minutes. End up being longer than I intended to eat a flan cronut. But the first 16 minutes has some flan cronut goodness. Oh, this is cool. Cool for a photo opportunity. Cool selfie opportunity. All right. This is a thumbnail shot. That New York City steam. Smells good. It's steaming while I'm streaming. It feels nice and warm. That's very Beyonce, says S. Fields. Yeah, indeed it is. So, there we go. Steam, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we use here in New York City. Are those fumes toxic? Only if you breathe it in for 10 minutes. Then you will die. No, I don't think they're toxic. I think it's just steam. There might be some particulates of metal in there because they go through pipes. And then you will die, but it'll be decades from now, so don't worry. Another cool coffee shop here, La Colombe. Lots of coffee shops. This one's cool because it's built in a historic building, La Colombe. It used to be a stop on the Underground Railroad. Here. 36 Lipsonard Street on September 3, 1838, human rights activist Frederick Douglass escaped slavery in Maryland by disguising himself as a sailor and traveling north by carriage, train, and boat. A few days later, he arrived at 36 Lipsonard, and pardon my pronunciation, Lipspenard Street, and then a small brick building and a station at one of the Underground Railroads. Right here, this is where Frederick Douglass came. He met up with abolitionist David Ruggles, who I think was featured in the Lincoln movie, maybe, do let me know. And he kept a reading room and operated a printing press where he published anti-slavery material, including the Mirror of Liberty. That's cool. So historic, ladies and gentlemen. You can have a coffee where Frederick Douglass escaped to. You can have a coffee of freedom here at La Colombe. Who wants a coffee of freedom? Let me know. I think the best coffees are the ones that come with freedom, with a spoonful of freedom. Okay, thank you so much for the 500 stars. I don't make too mean light of the actual sacrifices and hardships that Frederick Douglass went through, and many other Americans went through. It's a very sad time in history, and Frederick Douglass was a very important figure in American history. He even affected Ireland and inspired many Irish to go against their oppressors. So it was really cool. Really great part of history. I mean, very important part of history. Morgan says, just a spoonful of freedom helps the democracy go down. Touche. Touche. Alright, everyone, if you are a hype beast, you can come over here to Origins NYC. Grab your saran wrapped sneakers. For all the hype beasts out there, you can get some Supreme, be supremely stylish, have some Supreme drip when you get your saran wrap sneakers. Jessica says, I like oranges. Oh, that's good to hear. Should I start sporting some high-class Air Jordans? Let me know. Okay, thank you so much for the 500 stars. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Frederick Douglass was a consultant to President Abraham Lincoln. Yes, he did. Yeah, so glad that he was. How many coffees do you drink every day, Mikkel? About 2 times a day. Sometimes 3 if I'm doing a lot of walking. John says, I like history. I'm glad you do, John. Thank you. Fang says that post office you went to was built in 1937. Yeah, it was. Is there an underground route in New York City? There's an underground railroad in New York City. It was never really underground. It was underground in the sense that, metaphorically, that they hid the people that were coming through the route. There might have been some actual underground elements to it. The route did go through New York City, through Brooklyn, and I think up through Manhattan. So yeah, there's an actual route that you can see, and there's a map. I've covered that part of history before. Watch my Brooklyn Heights tour, is where I talk a little bit more extensively of the Underground Railroad. So search Brooklyn Heights Church Tour, Urbanist, you'll find it. Janice says I should get some Urbanist orange Jordans. Lorraine says I remember going to that Supreme store with my son. Lots of money being spent. Oh, Lorraine. Lots of little kids now are wearing like Supreme. They're wearing like $300 hoodies. Susie says, I haven't received a postcard since the 1990s. Well, Susie, if you do, the option is always there. Vish says, I'm hopping off. Thank you so much for tuning in, Vish. All right, let's continue all the way down Canal Street. Furniture. Esfiel says, I'm wearing my H&M hoodie as we speak. You'd be surprised. H&M has some nice hoodies. Alright. Let's buy some Supreme now. You could get Supreme or you could get Supreme.
I didn't know that.
Someone bought a very expensive purse. So here is the mall, the shopping mall. You can buy yourself Christian Dior, Supreme. You can get yourself some Air Jordans, maybe even some very high quality Amy Leon Doré, not Door, but Doré you can get, or maybe some. Let me know who else you can get. Some Carhort, not Carhartts, but Carhorts. Some Fucci, I like that. Fucci, you can get some Fucci as well. Yeah. Some Fucci says actually that could be construed as a very bad word in some other languages. Yep. Some Pucci. Some Dolce and Gabbana, yeah. Some Louis Vuitton, yeah. You can get some Louis Vuitton, yeah. Louis Vuitton is very good. ¿Cuántos vendedores ambulantes o es normal? Andrean, esto no es legal. técnicamente. No, ellos no tienen nada de permiso. Y a veces se lo arrestan. A veces ellos están arrestados o tienen una penalidad. So this is not technically legal. People are sometimes arrested or given fines. But at least in this corner, I don't see the cops usually haggling them too much. You see some customers down there. There we go. There we go. Some Dolce and Banana. Yeah, Dolce and Banana is a very good one. Yeah. Let me know for the streetwear brands. There's a few other famous streetwear brands that are very expensive. I forgot the name of the place. Bottega Veneta. So some Bodega Veneta. There we go. Adrian says, thanks, Ariel. Fire video. Thank you so much. Bodega Vanessa. I like that. There we go. Bodega Vanessa. That feels great. Great recommendation. So Bodega Vanessa. Bodega Vanessa. Mikel says some authentic Rolexes. This might not be the spot for authentic Rolexes. I think you have to go to the Diamond District to get the authentic resold Rolexes. Here you get Rolex. You can get Rolex here. Who wants to go to the only alleyway? Well, one of the few alleyways in New York City. Cortland Alley. Who wants to venture down the street where the fumes of piss consumes the atmosphere, littered in graffiti and garbage. Some of the garbage actually put here by Hollywood, because Hollywood actually makes it look dirtier than it needs to be. Who wants to walk down Cortland Alley? Cue the Law and Order theme song. Dun dun. Oh, alleyway smell. Nice smelly notes of urine. A little bit of oregano. Molded apples. And frozen coffee thrown onto the sidewalk. And some asbestos. Oh no, I'm okay. Don't breathe in too deeply here in this alleyway. At your own discretion. Catherine says has some fine Fila says some fine undertones of sewage. Yes. Watch out for yellow ice. Says unspecified. Yeah, you gotta watch out for some yellow ice. Here, this used to be a corset factory. Yep, they used to make corsets here. So it was very popular. But now, these are $9 million apartments. One of the apartments was going to be sold for $9 million. I'm not sure if they actually got that asking price. But $9 billion right here. You can live $9 million and have these beautiful views, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know. Hey, Mikel, thank you so much for the €5 super chat. That's so kind of you, Mikel. I already had the coffee, but I might have one more treat. Let me know if you want to see at least one more thing here in this area. If anyone has any Chinatown recommendations, do let me know. But $9 million, who want a beautiful view? $9 million. So, follow me on TikTok, Ariel Vieira, or follow me on Facebook or Instagram, Urbanist Live, and that's where I post a lot of these shorter videos I do. I'm thinking of maybe starting to do them as vlogs as well in the very near future, so stay tuned. But I'll tell you what I said in that video. This is Cortland Alley. Cortland Alley is one of the very few alleyways in Lower Manhattan. Manhattan in general, the entire island, barely has alleyways. There might be maybe 10 or less around there. In Lower Manhattan, there's about 6 or 7. Only about 3 of them you can film. One of them is very short, which is in Tribeca, Staple Street. This one is the most appealing one. So basically, every movie that shows the dirty alleyways of New York takes place right over here. Law and Order, Men in Black, Blue Bloods, Kate and Leopold, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles films, even the Smurfs shows this alleyway. Casey Neistat has a lot of vlogs over here. Now, why don't they use the other alleyways? As I mentioned, one is very short. Being so short is really not that appealing for a big Hollywood set. And then there's one other one, more in Soho. Hard to get permits there. It's used as a public street. So this is one of the very few ones you can film. And that's why a lot of people have a misconception about New York, if they're not from New York, that is a city of alleyways. They think that it's like Gotham City from Batman. But the city of alleyways, that honor goes more to Chicago. There really isn't alleyways, at least in Manhattan. Queens there are, but they're mostly for residential use. So there's not that many alleyways. So this is basically the only alleyway from Hollywood in New York. Now, a lot of the graffiti, Hollywood sets have to actually power wash the street because they don't want the legal liability of a actor stepping on a needle or stepping on yellow ice. Anyone doesn't know what yellow ice is? It's when someone takes a piss and it freezes. They don't want the risk of that happening because you don't want... let me know one of the Law and Order actors. You don't want iced tea to slip on some iced piss. So they power wash it down, and then in order to get that alleyway look, they have to dirty it up. So they add more graffiti. Some of these graffitis aren't actually from real graffiti artists. They're from Hollywood set designers, some of them at least. And then some of the garbage here is from Hollywood. It's not actually garbage that's thrown here. And apparently some of the grime has collected over the years from Hollywood filming here. So I wonder which graffiti is the fake one. It's hard to tell. So imagine walking through this doorway and going up to your $9 million apartment. Ah, New York. What beauties lie in New York real estate. Was the Joker filmed here, Jason? No, not the Joker. Joker mostly filmed in Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx. It was mostly in the outer boroughs. I don't think they even did anything in Manhattan. I don't think so. That yellow one looks fake, says Susie. Yeah, yep. It's... You have to spot the fake graffiti. Lorraine says, I can't stand graffiti. In this case, you know, it's nice because of the Hollywoodness. But, yeah, graffiti is not nice because it's vandalism. More factories. That's why they have those huge metal shutters. And the soothing sounds of construction. Oh. We'll check out the jackhammer soon. I like the views here. Also, another important element for Hollywood is that they have fire escapes, you know, for New Yorkness. So this is as New York as you can get. Janice says, what noise? Janice, like many true New Yorkers, has already zoned out the noise of a jackhammer. So if you are walking with a proper New Yorker like Janice, you will have no clue what the sound is. Your friend from Canada will be like, oh my God, it's so noisy. And that New Yorker that you're with will be like, what are you talking about? I hear a faint sound. There's a gallery here. Who wants to check it out? Oh, I'm not going in. No, don't worry. It's a little bit awkward to come in and show art on live video, but here it is. Some Basquiat looking type of art, but it's made by an artist called Raymond Saunders. So it's interesting that they have Basquiat type of art, because right here used to be the Mud Club. And the Mud Club was one of the more famous venues in the late 70s, early 80s. Lots of famous bands played at the Mud Club, like Black Flag, many other famous punk bands. Cool views, wow, look at that. It looks nice with the sun shining through. It's beautiful. More art galleries right over here. Oh, it's so cool looking up. You might recognize this from Casey Neistat vlogs. He has plenty of vlogs where he's kind of wandering over here. Irene says, am I close to the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory? No, the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory is in Greenwich Village, so we're 2 neighborhoods away, which is about a 15-minute walk. A little bit longer maybe, about a 20-minute walk to get to the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory. But these buildings were indeed factories. I don't think they were involved too heavily in the garment industry. They were mostly for other things. I wish this was open right now. This is Al Cheval. Apparently they have a great burger. It means the horse in French. And they used to have a coffee shop in here, which I did a live video a long time ago. Oh, waitress says, I've been to the Mud Club. Oh, so cool. Supreme D's. That's funny. So here is the logo of the nut company here in the US. They might be other places abroad, but they put the Supreme logo, and it says Supreme D's, and he's holding his nuts. These nuts. Mr. Peanut, that's his name. Thank you so much, Mr. Peanut. It's a cool little... I did graffiti, but did you die though? What the hell? That sounds like a terrible pronostication. There's a camera here for some reason. I guess it's looking at whoever tries to steal from the art gallery. We got some yellow ice right over here. Cool street art. This is nice. I do like that one. Oh, uh-oh. We have a crime scene. We have a crime scene, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even want to kneel here, but we got some bananas. Cue the CSI Miami theme song. Two bananas, peels, laid up right next to each other. This person wanted someone to slip on these banana peels. This is a trap. A trap set by whom? For what purpose? And who was their target? Welcome to CSI Urbanist. Obviously, they wanted someone to fall. The camera's right there pointing directly at the banana peels. So they want to capture this crime on film. But I wonder why. For what purpose? Where do they want to show this film? Is this blackmail? Maybe the true assailant is Mr. Peanut. Laureen says it's art. Oh, okay. In that case, crime case closed. MJ says, come on, two bananas in that position is a bit suspect, I think. It's either art or crime. It's for Mario Kart, says Fang. There was a huge game of Mario Kart. Indeed there was, yeah. So the Mud Club here, this corner, right here. This should be the Mud Club. No, this one, right here. This is the Mud Club. Right here. There we go. Casey Neistat's office is around the corner. Your love is a banana peel, says Wendy. No, this is not my Airbnb, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get the wrong idea. All right, let's check out the jackhammering and let's go back on Canal. Now some guys are gonna film some TikToks. Don't get the wrong idea. This is not my Airbnb. This is not a secret Airbnb tour. Even though there is always a banana featured in one of my hotel or Airbnb tours. Don't be fooled. This was a setup. Someone's trying to frame me. Someone's trying to frame me for owning a $9 million apartment on this alleyway. But I won't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. I don't live on this alleyway. I never bought a $9 million apartment on this alleyway. All right, let's check out the jackhammers. It's a banana side. Banana side indeed. More street art. That's a weird looking face. Oh, what time is it? Oh, I gotta go soon. I got appointments. Alright, everyone, sticking around for 15 more minutes. We're gonna go a little bit further down Canal Street. Let me know if you have any remaining questions. I'm gonna come back here and record for my 4th Urbanist album, the sounds of jackhammering. It's gonna be an entire album. Jackhammering all day for 2 hours straight. It'll be sold on vinyl as well. Oh, shots fired, shots fired. New York is in anarchy. The anarchists have come. Is that how they do dentistry in New York City? Says Inspire Life. Indeed. That's not construction, that's dentist. Ah, so soothing sounds. I feel so relaxed right now. I feel soothed. This is serenity. Where's the guy doing the sweeping up? There is no guy doing the sweeping up at all. Thanks for our life says total zen. Indeed, indeed. Bob, yeah, Bob was hanging out there, being fed by one of the New Yorkers. I love this view. This is another great view. Looking down right there, we have the Manhattan Municipal Building. Here are the Tombs, which is one of the jails. Inspire Life says, where's the canal? The canal is technically still underground. So there's water still running underneath Canal Street here. So the Canal Street is running down this way. Here we have a pagoda style building. I love that there's architecture here that imitates Chinese architecture. Henry says, such a nice day. You seem to be enjoying yourself. Henry, I always enjoy myself when walking around in the city, especially when I'm out publicly masticating. I highly, highly do enjoy myself. I used to see a doctor in this area. It says, Susie, Susie, sounds like you have explored a lot of New York via going to doctors. John says, Chinatown, yeah, we have arrived to the town of China. Here we can get everything. Ooh, there's a line here. What is this line? Let's see. Oh, there's a community fridge. Okay. So there's community fridges. It's a very nice movement here in New York. There's community fridges. It is sometimes very tough for people to find affordable food. It really does suck. But luckily, community fridges help people gain access to healthy foods communally. And I think for free. If anyone knows how exactly they work, do let me know. Well, they're all around the city. Right here, this little kiosk. How many layers do I have on now? I have a thermal shirt, I have a jumper, and I have a scarf. A cashmere scarf in order to stay extra warm. And that's it. And the jacket. So I have 3 layers. I could do with one more, but the thermal shirt is pretty good. And I have thermal long johns. So I'm pretty cozy. And the gloves are pretty okay. So you look like a secret agent, says Henry. That's what the guys at the selling the fake purses were saying. They were saying, watch out with the FBI. They were referring to me walking around with the camera. You need to get hand warmers. I do need to get hand warmers. I do. MB. Thanks for the memory, says Gwen. My pleasure. You can donate on Amazon to my local fridge, says Janice. Oh, that's great to hear. So check out my local fridge on Amazon. Do you like Chinese food, John? John asks. I do love Chinese food. There's some great Chinese food places here. Okay, now get an egg tart, says John. Okay, so Joseph says. So let's check out an egg tart. What egg tarts do you recommend? Let me know. Hand warmers work. Okay, that's good to hear. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me know where can I find a nice tart. Good tart to keep warm on this cold day. I don't want to be too tardy to a good tart. And please stop egging me on to grab an egg tart. Because if you do, then I'll grab all the egg tarts. You may have to hit up the red light district for that, says David. David, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm strictly speaking about food. Strictly. Okay, I'm gonna buy one of these hats to keep warm. Oh, this is exactly what I needed. Some Crocs, some sandals. There we go. Exactly what I needed, some Crocs. Ooh, no, this is even better. Jelly shoes. Vegan style. Oh, waitress says exactly, yes. I'll find some good egg tarts. So this is a place that I do recommend. This is one of my new favorite restaurants. This is Bodhi. And we actually have a viewer that is named Bodhi, which is really cool. So shout out to S. Bodhi if you're tuning in. This is Bodhi. It's a kosher vegetarian Chinese restaurant. Really cool. I'm neither kosher nor vegetarian, but their food is amazing. And I might feature it at some point soon, so stay tuned. But if you are kosher or vegetarian or both, then you can come and enjoy some Chinese food. Lorraine says, "Get the slippers with puncture with the bumps. They're good for acupuncture." And now it says Chinese fusion. It's not Chinese fusion. It's strictly Chinese cuisine or Chinese American cuisine, but it's kosher and vegetarian. So it's not fusion, but it's kosher vegetarian style. It's an A rating too. Yeah, A rating. All right, egg tart. Where you at? Let's find an egg tart. Sfield says kosher vegetarian Chinese. Mind blown. Whoa, like I think a lot of Chinese cuisine is technically kosher. I think that's why a lot of Jewish Americans eat a lot of Chinese food. Do let me know. There's something there. All right. Let's see. Where the egg tart? Egg tart. Where are you at? Ariel, Golden Feng Wong Bakery Shop, 41 Mott. Okay. Thank you, Joseph. Let's check it out. Do you personally recommend it, or did you just Google that? Oscar says, all this walking has made me tired. Let's get some food. We will. I'm going 41 Mott. Okay. This way. Welcome to Mott Street for our final stop, ladies and gentlemen, to grab an egg tart. I love this street. Oh, waitress says pork too. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pork in Chinese cuisine, so you do have to watch out if you are pork-free individual. This should be the location of the oldest restaurant. Was the oldest restaurant in Chinatown, I think. Yep, this should be the one. Port Chester was the name, if I recall correctly. Right here. This was the oldest Chinese restaurant in New York City, the first one to open officially. Wasker says you need to improve your English, Wasker. Okay, Wasker. Indeed. Oh, cool little coffee shop here. This is Chaki. All right, here it is. Here it is. Let's try it out. Cash only for egg tarts.
Wait, you're that TikTok guy, right?
I am indeed, yes.
Oh shit, I was watching your videos earlier this morning. What the fuck?
Oh, cool. Yeah, I did one right there.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Have a good day. All right, everyone, pardon me. I gotta put on my mask. So yeah, I did a TikTok right out here. Look back. That is a church that had a secret agent as one of its clergymen. One of the fathers here was a paid secret agent for Chinese intelligence. I'm not joking. It's all recorded. All right, let's go inside.
So delicious.
Hi, like an egg tart, please. One. No more? Oh, okay. You do? Okay, perfect. $125? Yes. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Oh, sorry. All right. Okay. Whew. That was cool. So yeah, they have a whole lot of cakes. We can see it. We can't see them too well because they're obscured by the plastic that they have in front. But it's very inexpensive. I'm not 100% sure. I've heard that this is the case. I have a few Chinese American friends who told me that this is the case, but Chinese places will never rip you off. That's a good thing. It's a very honest neighborhood. But I heard that if you are Chinese American, you will get cheaper prices. So let me know if that's really the case. I'm very curious. I've always been very curious about that. But I'll say again, Chinatown is always a very honest place. But I'm very curious if Chinese Americans get a discount. All right, let me eat an egg tart for this final stop right in front of the church where there was a major intelligence bust that happened because a father actually helped a double agent for the CIA to escape back to China. And that father was indeed caught. And apparently the double agent, I don't think was. So check out that story back in the reruns. I'm so hungry. Success egg tart, yes. Hello, anonymous dude. Did you make it to Grand Street? No, I didn't. I've been going here since 1976, says Joseph. That's cool. That's awesome. No in Hawaii, says Lorraine. Okay. All right, right here. Egg tart. A typical egg tart. So, sometimes you'll find more gourmet kind of egg tarts that have a little bit more kind of the egg wash on top. This one seems a little bit more run-of-the-mill, kind of your normal egg tart. But I'm excited to try it out. Good classic egg tart. Of course, this egg tarts are either entirely inspired or partly inspired by the Portuguese who settled in parts of China. And they've been made their way over here to New York and to many other countries in the world. Japan as well has egg tarts. So let's try it out. So egg tart, it's almost like a flan. Yeah, it's almost like a flan with the crust, which I really like. I've always been a fan of egg tarts. All right, let's try this out. It's warm. It's still warm. And they were about to sell out. That's great. Wow. Very fluffy. I love the crust. The crust is a thicker crust. Reminds me more of the graham cracker crusts from classic cheesecakes. But the actual cream as well is very nice and soft. The custard, like a good flan. There is egg wash on top. This is not too visible on camera, but there is a nice egg wash. Adds a little bit of glisten, a little bit of extra crunch on the top. It's not as kind of sometimes you have that kind of caramelized crunch. It's very kind of crystallized. Not the case with this one, but it's really, really good. $125 for this egg tart. I'm not sure if they have a discount for bulk, but it seems like they were about to sell out today, like right now when they came. So excellent egg tart. Check out that bakery. Joseph, if you can remind us the name of the bakery, it's at 41 Mott Street. Wow. Great recommendation. Shout out to Joseph. I never had one, but I need to have one. Yeah, Chinatowns have them. If you live in an area with a lot of Brazilians or Portuguese, you might find one. And sometimes Japanese bakeries have them as well. So those are the places you can find them in most places in America, I think. Excellent. Really blown away. That was an exceptional egg tart. Highly recommend 41 Mott Street. Fu Wong Bakery. Been famous for many years, says Leisman. Highly recommend. First time I actually went to Fu Wong. I have a few other favorites here. But wow, great egg tart. One more time, everyone, check out Chinatown. One of the most best neighborhoods to visit. Great food always. And this is always the case in New York City. If you're on an extreme budget, Chinatown will be heaven. I have traveled before to London where I was in a very, 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 very tight budget, and Chinatown there was a lifesaver. I've been on the tight budget here in New York for many years, and Chinatown has always been such a blessing to come over here and eat great quality food, tasty for very inexpensive. So come to Chinatown, give these guys a business because they were really hit hard by the 2020 disarray that happened here in New York City and the world. And these guys were hit the hardest because a lot of people conflated the pandemic with this community, and it wasn't ever the case. So do come here if you can. Highly recommend it. Chinatown and New Golden Fong Wong Bakery. Everyone, keep being awesome. I'll see you every Wednesdays and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring, and see you soon in Britain starting February 10th. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye. Sorry, I had my gloves. Gives me fat fingers. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.